Hi, Lisa. I'm Twyla Wilzinski, and I'm going to respond to your discussion post. You had some good points in your post, and I just wanted to talk about one, uh, basically all three of your paragraphs. You talked about China and the racial discrimination. I found it very interesting as Yuan Sun wrote that China was a paragon of contradictions. Its majority ethnic group, the Hans, are a non racist in the sense that most are not aware of their own multi ethnic background and they care little about it. But they hold prejudices about China's minorities and foreigners, even though the surname of the Chinese leader, Hu Jintao, is multi ethnic in origin, meaning foreign barbarian. And it says that China has long been since a melting pot. And basically, it's the nomads, as nomads periodically toppled the Chinese states and controlled them, becoming in the process fused and assimilated with the agrarian people. They just kind of dominated and made themselves at home, so to speak. So there's a vast variety of ethnicities. I think I read in one place that it includes 50 minority groups with different languages and religions. I don't know that I've ever seen a number for how many minority groups are in America or the United States, but I thought 50 minority groups was a lot of them, and how could they really afford to be prejudiced, right? But and so here it seems like they had denied it, except for when Dong Yan Blackford wrote. He said that he didn't see China as a country which exhibited racial discrimination. The mission of the Chinese Revolution was to build a class-free and egalitarian society. But after spending time abroad, living outside of China for over 20 years, and actually experiencing and witnessing discrimination in its various forms, upon returning, he realized that many in China are simply unaware of the racism and the prejudices that exist. I found that to be pretty interesting. And then the other 2 points I wanted to make was in Moffat's article. I really liked reading Moffat's article because it just demonstrates how our education is not everything. He said that he was taught, the first reference in your second paragraph, Moffat says that, or you said, I'm sorry, that counselors don't give direction in the multicultural environments. However, Moffat said that he was taught not to give advice, and that he said we help people decide for themselves what they want and need. However, in these international places or in foreign countries, he said that they actually expect something different from their visit. They expect something. They want to be told what to do. They do not want to hear what do you think. So I found that to be interesting, and that it was very controversial, or actually the exact opposite of what he'd been taught in graduate school as he's learning all this counseling profession, right? And the second thing that seemed to be, or that was a controversy, was that you said in your third paragraph that principles inappropriate in various situations include that it's unethical to have counseling sessions in places where people can see or hear your clients, and it is culturally unacceptable to have meetings between a man and woman in private places. However, in Moffat's article, what he was taught was it's ethically questionable to have a counseling session where other people can hear or see your clients. So in other words, counseling sessions should be conducted in private, right? However, he says how it really works. And I thought that was just so very interesting that in very remote and poor areas, they do not have, they're used to very tight places and they're not used to very much privacy. However, they give one another their privacy as much as possible. And that it's not uncommon for them to meet in an open place with people working around them. He says one couple he was working with seemed unbothered by the fact that the sun was setting and we had almost no light, or that people were coming and going just about 20 or 30 feet away. In their culture, tight spaces were not unusual, and in general, everyone respected one another's privacy as much as possible. So that is very different than the way we're taught. And I just found I really enjoyed all of these articles. I have traveled some in the military, and so I understand cultural differences, but I never really looked at them in this light. But anyway, God bless you. Nice work. Thank you for posting and giving me food for thought and making me look back into things a little bit more. So I appreciate it. All right. Enjoy the rest of next week. Only 1 week left. All right. Goodbye.